Hello everyone, I'm Rec5,
And I am Sandman99.
and welcome back to Fallout 4 G9-13 playthrough.
Yes, and you weren't with us for the last episode, I don't think.
I don't believe I was, no.
Yeah, but anyway, we had to do a job. Who's that one marching along up there? We had to do a job for Roger at, that Minutemen? They're too far away to... I think those are Minutemen.
They may very well be.
Anyway, we had to do a job for Roger at Warwick Homestead.
Yep.
And you'll be surprised to learn that the job actually involved going up here to, where are we at now? Gwinnett Brewery again. Remember Gwinnett Brewery?
Yep.
Where we got killed a couple times by that super mutant named Ghost.
Yep.
And then Ghost just disappeared.
Like a ghost?
Like a ghost, and we never found him again. We went through the whole rest of the brewery and cleared the place out and never saw him again.
Yep.
Well, I had to go back there to kill off the super mutants at Gwinnett Brewery for Roger Warwick.
Oh, God.
So I did, and you know what? I encountered Ghost.
Of course you did.
So this time, I actually did manage to kill Ghost instead of being killed by him. So now the Gwinnett Brewery truly is cleared. And of course, Roger, Warwick was happy, and we gained Warwick Homestead as a settlement.
Nice.
And I managed to get a couple of supply lines going here. We could actually, and I actually came back here and developed Red Rocket Quincy as well, kind of as part of this. And we also had to go and do some work here for a hapless settler at the wreck of the Northern Star, because I got back after getting the settlement. I came back and talked to him and said, by the way, these raiders from this shipwreck are hassling us, so could you go take care of them, please?
Huh.
So I went and took care of them, and I got the agility bobblehead.
Nice.
And then I figured, for good measure, since we were kind of, on a settlement development thing, kind of, sort of, is that we would develop Red Rocket Quincy. So this is kind of how I built Red Rocket Quincy, and people who watched the last episode will have seen this a little more completely. But I went in and I cleared out the super mutants at the toy factory there, because this settlement actually extends far enough into their territory that they'll actually come out and attack you and start shooting at you and stuff if you get this close, right?
Yep.
So anyway, and I also didn't use up all of the area here. I probably could have gone another couple of junk fence sections out further this way if I'd have wanted to, but I think that there's plenty of farming space here to take care of, like 37 or 38 settlers.
Yeah, there's a ton of it.
And I don't really need any more, useless space. And also I found, I'm not sure where the spawn points are in this particular settlement, but I have found that, the larger the footprint of your settlement, the more likely you are to end up with, enemies actually spawning
Inside the settlement.
Inside the settlement. And you don't want that, right?
Obviously, yep.
Yeah, I just forgot to put a few steps there. So anyway, and I used lots of wood pieces here to build some nice wide catwalks, so eventually when we attract enough settlers here, we'll have plenty of places to put guard mats.
Yep.
So we'll have guards all the way around the top of this. And now we have to go and defend Red Rocket Fort Hagen.
Always running around to do more.
Yep. But I was thinking about going further out west this way anyways, because we do have some, development. I think I was going to do Red Rocket Glowing Sea, and then we got a request to do Warwick Homestead first.
Yes, you've been talking about Red Rocket Glowing Sea for a little while now, because we were running around in that area a whole bunch.
And so I guess, maybe we'll put this off. Well, maybe we can pass by there and drop off this head for the bounty, because actually what happened was the reason I went into the factory there is because I had picked up a bounty from the sheriff's department on a particular super mutant that was in the factory there, right?
Yep.
And since I have actually, you know, like collected the head, I'm going to go back and drop off that. That head for the bounty first, and then we'll head out to defend Red Rocket Fort Hagen, I guess. There's a lot of things that we could do yet, though, because I've got a lot of settlement development to do. Now that we've progressed through the storyline of the Fens Sheriff's Department, I don't need to worry about interfering with any of that. I could develop the Red Rocket Atom Cat's garage.
Yep.
Now, pretty freely. And, you know, of course, I've just founded this one. We haven't even looked at Vault 88 yet. And I could clear out the raiders from Hyde Park, because I obviously haven't even been there yet either. And, of course, we've still got Spectacle Island to explore. Murkwater construction site I haven't been to down here yet, right? So there's an awful lot to do. We even have a few vanilla side quest lines, like major side quest lines that we haven't done yet. Like, for example, the Silver Shroud.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah, we've been talking about that one for a while, too.
Yeah. So, you know what? For now, I'm going to kind of replay here a little bit. Uh-oh.
And we'll see where we end up.
And, yeah, I'm not really going to worry too terribly much. Oh, it looks like our provisioner can really handle himself there. He just took out a Mirelurk. I don't know if he could have handled that one very well, but... Uh-oh. Okay. That's enough of that.
Yeah, those are a little tougher, huh?
Yeah, well... Oh, there you are. Hey, come back here. Hey, come back here.
Nope, they can walk faster than you.
Yeah, he's running away. Okay. There we go.
Sorry. Should have just run.
Yeah, sorry, Mirelurk.
Yeah, have I even been to this place before? Maybe I actually haven't cleared this area out before either. Okay, well, we'll make sure all our guns are reloaded here.
Well, this is an area of the Commonwealth, though, that has random encounters still. Think of it that way.
Well, actually, though, these Mirelurks only, I think, really spawn once. Unless you play long enough for this cell to completely reset itself, then I imagine it probably respawns everything eventually. But, yeah, we'll switch to this. We got a bit more ammunition for this, and I think we need to take an antibiotic now, too. And then drink a whole bunch of water. Because that's what you do, right? Yeah, we haven't even been into this place yet, by the looks of it. Or if we have, it's been long enough that...
Nice.
See, someday, I'm thinking about doing a side series, I guess, more or less, that I was going to call A Day in the Life. And I might include some... older characters, and look at that, we got another settlement attack now, as well as some brand new characters, and just do like a single one-off episode kind of thing with them. But with one of those, you actually get to play as a Minuteman survivor from Quincy, and you start off up on top of that overpass in behind that sign. And I usually start off as a level 5 character, just so that you're not completely defenseless in this extremely dangerous part of the Commonwealth. But I might just demonstrate how to clear this area here with like a level 5 character, with limited resources, right?
That would be cool to watch.
It's not easy, but it can be done if you go about it the right way.
Yo, I know you've done a lot of that type of, I guess you could almost call it challenge run type work.
Yeah, that's why I like the Start Me Up mod so much, because you can start off as like a pretty low level character in some extremely remote
and dangerous
areas in the Commonwealth, right? And the big challenge
is to use your brain to survive, right?
Yep, that's right. I did a little bit of that with the Chef Perry series, like I did about a dozen episodes revolving around a character that I play once in a while named Chef Perry.
Yep.
And he started off at level 5 in the middle of the crater of Adam in the glowing sea.
Yep, I remember that.
And I managed to get to the point where I got out to Red Rocket Nahant, I think it's called. Or Natick, I can't remember. Nahant is on one side of the map and Natick is on the other. I can never remember which one is which, though.
Only people who live in Boston would know.
Yeah. Okay. This is Nahant, so it would be Natick. Natick Banks Red Rocket. Okay. And I actually spent about a dozen episodes, like building that settlement and attracting settlers and, planting crops and building fortifications and basically just exploring the area immediately around that settlement, right?
Yep.
And that is actually pretty challenging too, because Chef Perry started off with I actually gave him a couple of pieces of equipment extra. He had Chef Perry's chef's jacket and Chef Perry's hat for a little extra armor protection. But basically he started off with a Institute rifle and an Institute automatic pistol and a .44 revolver.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the equipment that he started off with in that area. And, just to give you an example of exactly how tough that was, I had a Yao Guai, like a stunted Yao Guai, come into the area near the settlement. And luckily I was up on the roof of the Red Rocket at the time. And so I pulled the stairs up after me. Like, I just went into build mode and pulled the stairs up after me so that the thing couldn't come up and get me. And it took me several reloads of that .44 revolver. Like six, and I'm talking like 6 or 7 reloads of that revolver to kill that stunted Yao Guai, because every time I shot it, the amount of damage that it did was just tiny. Like, you could actually see the difference on the health bar, but but it wasn't very much. And of course, because Chef Perry was a fairly low-level character with not much in the way of skills, right?
Yep.
So it was basically just the base damage of the revolver
doing all the heavy lifting.
And mind you, a .44 revolver is not peanuts either for a single shot damage, right? Like, it's one of the more powerful single shot weapons in the game, right?
Yep.
Okay. No, our Brahmin skull didn't respawn there. In some games that I play occasionally, I can keep coming back here every now and again and picking up a Brahmin skull right here. Just not this particular playthrough, I guess.
Weird.
Yeah, it's kind of like the Bedford Station thing, where you keep going back through Bedford Station and being able to pick up the same stuff over and over.
Yep.
Well, this area is a bit like that too, except that what respawns and what doesn't
seems to vary.
Seems to vary from one playthrough to another.
How weird.
But that's okay. We can usually get some additional ammunition from those containers. There isn't usually anything respawning up there very quickly. So anyway, we'll head on up the stairs here. Uh-oh, and it looks like I arrived just in time for some kind of settlement attack here. What the hell are you shooting at?
Who's friendly and who's not?
Oh, a vampire spawned behind me. Right? That's what happened there, see?
Yep.
I was busy looking down this way to see what they were shooting at, and a vampire...
It looks like your settlers can really look after themselves, though.
Well, This one is armed with... Oh, she took the Holy Seogrin Inertia shotgun off the wall. See that?
I'd like to trade some items.
I'm going to take that back. You can't have that. That's mine.
Oh, and she took all of the shotgun
She
shells.
took all of the shotgun shells out of the bench, too, right? I'm sure we have something more appropriate to give you. Like, for example, maybe this... We'll give you this. And you only need 3 shells, because that's how many you need. So it looks like they even take stuff that you've got. Okay, well, oh, this is the vampire's acolyte here. And he had a grease gun on him.
On the left. Oh, no, maybe not.
Maybe it was in the workbench, I don't know.
I could have ended up in there by mistake.
Yeah. Because there's lots of other things they could have taken off of the thing. Those are pistol racks there, right?
Maybe it really did end up there by mistake.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, you've got enough guns on enough racks, right?
Yeah, well, it gets to the point where it's almost a full-time job just building the displays, right? Okay, there's my mutant head bounty. And we'll have to see if we've got any more magazines to... No, it looks like we don't have any more magazines to put in the magazine rack. Okay, well, then, maybe we'll visit the workbench here briefly.
Those uglies will think twice before messing with us again.
Huh?
Okay. No armor to break down. Oh yeah, we got our Holy Seogrin Inertia shotgun with an advanced receiver.
Gotta admit, it's nice to have some company that isn't trying to kill me for a change.
So I did get a new mod for the grease gun. It's called Grease Gun Redux, I think, or something like that. It's not by the original author, but the guy who uploaded it, of course, credits the original author.
Yeah.
But what he did was he fixed up the leveled list injection. And I know that I haven't seen it yet. I haven't seen the results yet on established playthroughs that I'm doing, but a few brand new playthroughs that I've started so that they would be, you know, like clean saves, per se. I have actually seen and found legendary grease guns, which is something that ever since that mod was first put on the Nexus like 5 or 6 years ago, you never ever got any legendaries, right? Like there was something wrong with the way that the
leveled lists for that
worked. And so the guy who did the Redux on it, he fixed that. But I'm not sure if we'll actually see anything here with this playthrough, because the original mod may be, I believe the expression is, it may be baked into this save, right?
Yeah.
So there might not actually be
legendary grease guns that spawn in this
grease
save.
guns that spawn in this save.
But you could find them in, say, other games.
But in other games, actually, legendary grease guns are not at all uncommon.
Yep.
Right? So, you know, and also, you don't tend to find them on every single dead raider that you come across either, right? While in the original mod, one guy who commented in the comments section actually said, like, this has literally infected my level lists, right? You know, like, every raider, every gunner, almost every human player or character in the game, NPC in the game, was you know, like spawning with
A grease gun on
a
them.
grease gun on them, right? And if anything, I think that that has helped. Like, I don't see... They're still a pretty common spawn on certain enemies, but I don't see nearly as many of them, right? But so, yeah, like, kudos to the guy who did the Redux. He seems to have fixed things up so that it, you know, the mod basically works the way it was originally intended. Which is good. Because other than that, there wasn't really anything wrong with it. The only thing you have to watch out for is if you are in first person and using grenades, you want to make sure you don't expend your very last grenade. Otherwise, you'll be stuck in first person view, right?
Yep.
And of course, there is a console command that you can use to remedy that, but it's, you know, kind of a nuisance, right?
Yep. Yeah, I think we ended up looking that one up.
Yep, we did. I have it written down so that, and I have actually had to use it a couple of times too since we wrote it down because, of course, I forgot, right? But yeah, but that was also a legacy problem from the original mod, and I guess the guy who did the Redux either didn't realize it or could not fix it for some reason. But it's relatively minor if you're aware of it. You just make sure you don't throw your very last grenade, you know, in first person, right?
Yep.
Which is a relatively simple thing to do. So anyway, I don't have a magical type workbench here, so I need to build one. Or maybe I do, but it's hidden away somewhere or something. It's been a while since I've been here, and I don't really know what all we have here.
Yeah?
Okay. There it is, it's in here. In the art gallery. Look at this, I built an art gallery.
Yeah, well, this is how you kept the happiness on this place so high.
Yeah. So
Because you were always having happiness problems here, if I recall.
yeah. So anyway, we need to check and make sure we're not accidentally, you know, like using up any Brahmin skulls first. Okay, we got one in there. So we'll find a, we'll actually just get a, we'll build a little container. How about that, hey? We'll build a little container to put our Brahmin skull in. The mini Nuka fridge. And we'll put our Brahmin skull in there. Now we can make arcane powder, which uses up bone, without accidentally using our Brahmin skull up. We can make quite a lot of arcane powder by the looks of it, because we haven't made any arcane powder in a while.
A long, long time.
A long, long time. In fact,
This is turning into the alchemy episode.
Almost, yeah. Okay. So, anyway, arcane powder actually weighs quite a bit. So we'll store that. And we'll do a quick save here. And then we will have to put up... Okay, we'll put one of these things up here. Well, I could put up a shelf, but I don't think I have any wall space left.
Oh, maybe right there by the door.
Well, no, we won't worry about that. We'll put one of these things up instead. Right? The old, good old bobblehead stand from the original game will do. Because we have our, where's our agility bobblehead? Probably under up here. Right?
Agility bobblehead.
Agility bobblehead. You have to put it into the stand for some reason first. And then when you take it, you get this little thing here like this, like a little message kind of like that. And now when we look in the workbench, we have special potions. And this one's called Thieves Draft, right? Which will make 4 potions, each of which will permanently increase your agility by 2. So we'll make that. And then that also destroys the bobblehead.
Yep.
So you no longer have the bobblehead in your collection or anything like that. Basically, you destroyed the bobblehead in order to make these potions. So when we look at this now, our agility is 22, right? And that's just slowly built up 1 point at a time through the normal alchemy potions, right? Because an alchemy agility potion only gets you 1 point, and you only make 1 potion at a time, and you need a lot more materials to make one. However, it is also repeatable, right? Whereas this type of potion, what did they call those? Thieves potions? Yeah. This type of potion, you can only do this once, right? Because it requires the agility bobblehead, and if you don't have an agility bobblehead, you know, which is consumed when you make this, well then this is like the one and only time you'll ever get to do this.
Yep.
So our agility's 22, and we're gonna drink down all of these Thieves Drafts. So that's 24, 26, 28, 30. We'll have 30 agility, right?
Yep.
So
all the agility.
Yeah. So anyway, like I have said before too, I sometimes contemplate, like trying out vampirism with this character. But interestingly enough, aside from the enhanced jump superpower, this character is already faster, stronger, and superior physically in almost every way to any vampire that I might encounter, right?
Yep.
Mainly through the use of the alchemy potions that I have, slowly and painstakingly collected the ingredients for, and consumed who knows how many of them, right? Now we have to have a drink. And I guess we might as well do a bit of cooking too. Or did we do a bit of cooking already? Yeah, we did. Okay. So I guess we might as well do a bit of eating then. We'll have some... we'll have that ribeye steak, I guess.
Thanks for your help.
You're welcome. And we'll... Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I was going to transfer some of the unused aid items into the workbench. Okay, like that. And what else can we transfer in there? See, we have some Mirelurk jerky now, too. Just a little variety from the iguana on a stick.
Of course. Because that's still around now, too, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
You're always going to be carrying that around.
Yep. We will.
So you just have, like, this little, like, vat that you carry around with you now, right? Because it's practically liquefied by now. And then you've just got all these sticks coming out of it.
No, it's dried. Right? It's dried iguana on a stick. Very dry. But anyway, we might as well sleep a little bit since it's nighttime. We aren't headed anywhere. I am headed somewhere. It drives me absolutely nuts. I was playing in a side game here, I believe it was yesterday, and I was trying to sneak up on a bunch of raiders, and the first thing that happens is Piper, who was with me, of course, gets embroiled in a gun battle with these raiders because she just went ahead of me, right? Doing her own thing. And it seems like sometimes your followers don't follow you like they're supposed to. They just wander off and sandbox off ahead of you, right?
Yep.
And then the next thing you know, she's shooting it out with these raiders that I'm trying my best to sneak up on, right? So if you want to play that sneaky tactical type of game at all, basically you can't have a follower with you because they don't behave well. And even, you know, a Piper is a relatively non-aggressive NPC as far as the companions go, but she's still a pain in the ass. But anyway, we'll turn in our bounty here, and we'll get a little bit of XP, and we'll get a few caps. Not that we really need the money, but, you know, why not? Then we'll go back outside. And maybe we'll pause while we're going back outside, because this tends to take a long time.
All right.
Okay, we're back.
We're back.
So, if you don't happen to have the correct tools, even though you have this Katsuoboshi or whatever, you could still starve to death?
Well, yeah, but, you know, like, this is what I'm thinking that your iguana on a stick is like. All right, if it's not, like, liquefied slime by now, then it has to be.
Well, you know what I shouldn't have done? I shouldn't have slept that night, because I'm liable to have my settlement attacks all time out on me now.
Ah, shit.
Because I totally forgot about that. But that's okay. We'll run in that general direction and hope for the best.
Well, you do have unlimited sprint on your side.
Yep. Yeah, normally I can't get this high of endurance without a character becoming a vampire, right? Because when you do become a vampire, you gain a whole bunch of physical and some mental attributes too, depending on what type of vampire bloodline you are, right? So, you know, like normally with a starting character, you can usually, you know, if you naturally progress your ability scores up to 10 first, then missed the gate. Then you can get ability scores approaching 20.
Yep.
And then, of course, if you find the bobbleheads and all that kind of stuff, well, then, you know, even without the alchemy mod that I'm using, that I made, you can still get ability scores over 20, right? So hopefully I'm not too late. Probably will be too late for the slog, but...
Oh, you never know.
Oh, super mutant. Oh, ran out of bullets. So there you go, folks. That's a 10mm automatic pistol.
They do a hell of a lot of damage in a hurry.
With the Poisoner's perk on it. Right? Although it is the modified Poisoner's perk because I am modified. Okay, well, they successfully defended themselves. I modified the Poisoner's perk so that the damage stacks the way that wounding does.
Yep.
Instead of, like, before in vanilla, what it is it's...
Just restarts the effect.
It's 3 points of damage per second for 10 seconds, but if you shoot them once...
It just restarts the effect.
If you shoot them again, it just restarts the timer.
That's right, yep.
Yeah. Which is not really very effective if you're shooting super mutants that have, like, 1,200 hit points, right?
Yep. And so you made it stack like the wounding effect. I think we actually even talked about this in an earlier episode.
Yeah, a while back we did. Okay, well, should I go to the slog or should I just...
Yeah, go to the slog.
Okay.
You got this. That way, too, you don't gotta repair a bunch of shit when you go back there, finally.
Yeah.
And you don't gotta worry about unhappiness problems.
But anyway, yeah, we did talk about that a while back, a number of episodes back, and I did the same thing with the Incendiary Legendary as well. I did it in the same mod. Maybe I'll upload that to the Nexus someday. But it makes both of those perks worth it then, like both of those legendaries.
Yep.
Because before, if I found a legendary weapon or, you know, with poisoner or incendiary on it,
It just didn't matter all that much.
I would just throw it in a workbench someplace, and as far as I was concerned, a settler somewhere could pick it up and use it, right?
Because it just didn't stack enough.
Yeah, because it didn't do any damage, appreciable damage, right? And even now that I've made it so that those effects stack the way that wounding does,
They're nowhere near as strong.
They're still not as powerful as the actual wounding legendary is.
But they do something.
But at least they do something, yeah. Exactly, they do something. And what I did with this gun too, which is called Death by Poison, as this is a custom legendary weapon that I made, is I also created a custom legendary effect that also adds the Deadeye effect to it too.
Okay. Multi-effect weapon.
It's a multi-effect weapon, yeah. It's got Deadeye and Poisoner, basically. So for a few seconds, I've got slow time.
Yep.
It makes for a very effective late-game weapon, using a common ammunition type, right? But even at lower levels, because of the way that the Poisoner's damage stacks, it still, even when you're still using 10mm ammunition, it still makes for a pretty effective weapon, right? And I was looking at the vanilla, like stats for some vanilla weapons in the game, actually. And actually, out of the vanilla weapons, one of the more effective handgun type weapons in the game is actually Wastelander's Friend, which you can buy from what the hell's her name? Oh, there, see, the slog successfully defended itself too.
Well, now we're out in the middle of nowhere.
Now we're out in the middle of nowhere with nothing to do. So I'm going to go with the original plan here. I'm going to go back to the Red Rocket and the Glowing Sea. And we'll do a little building there. But anyway, yeah, can't remember the name of the vendor there now. Deb, right? Deb, that sells Wastelander's Friend at Bunker Hill. And I was looking at it, and you just look at raw DPS statistics, and actually Wastelander's Friend with the automatic, like the powerful automatic receiver, so shooting 10mm ammunition.
Yep.
Is actually, DPS wise, it's one of the more powerful weapons in the game, actually. And I guess it's because you get the extra limb damage, so you can, you know, and I suppose that probably, that extra limb damage stacks with the, you know, base damage per second kind of thing, when they're calculating that.
Yep.
And so, you know, like you can shoot the legs out from under things and basically render them helpless fairly quickly, right? Even if you don't kill them outright. Now what do we got here? We got a gun battle between robots and somebody else.
It's like Rust Devils.
Yeah. But another like nice feature with the oh, okay, he's attacking my provisioner. Another nice feature about the 10mm pistol is that it reloads very quickly, right?
Yep.
It's one of the fastest reloading weapons in the game. I think about the only thing that reloads faster is probably the assault rifle, which has virtually no reload time at all. But there with the like the fast reload large magazine there, well, like the reload time on that is very short, right? I'm not sure if I have any perks related to like quick hands or anything. Yeah, I don't even have quick hands yet, right? Imagine if I had quick hands, that reload time would be reduced even more.
Yeah, probably.
But anyway, that was kind of fun briefly. So yeah, that's the kind of weapons that I've been sort of gravitating toward lately, I guess, is the handheld, like the small automatic pistols and stuff particularly, right? And this thing will chew through, human opponents really quickly. It's like I shot the right one first. And of course, you and I were doing some experimenting with guns, and we actually added a couple of, higher tiered receivers types to the 10mm pistol so that you could make it into a 45 caliber pistol if you want.
That's right.
And for gun buffs out there, well, this is an imaginary world with imaginary guns and imaginary weapons, so just imagine that this is like some kind of 45 Magnum or something. So it shoots a larger bullet with a higher velocity than what you would get in the quote-unquote real world, right?
I don't know anyways. I mean, the thing is, I don't really know if it...
To my mind, it makes a bigger hole. It must be better, right?
Well, I don't even really know how it even works anyways, because, 10mm in caliber, I'm pretty sure, is... It's in between 9mm and 45, right? But the idea is the cartridge itself has more powder behind it, I think. And so the bullet travels at a higher velocity.
Yep.
Right? But the idea with the 45 is the bullet travels at a slower velocity, but you have more physical lead going into the target.
Yeah, that's what you said. It makes a bigger hole.
Yeah.
It's a larger diameter round that makes a bigger hole, right? But anyway, I'm not a gun expert. It just seemed to me that it was just something that we wanted to do. And I guess we could have even done something like maybe even made it shoot 5.56s instead, right? I mean, why not? But, wanted to choose a common ammunition type.
Yeah, because I think 10mm is just about 40 caliber.
Yeah.
Right? Now, there's some differences in between those two cartridges in the way that they're designed, but for, raw bullet size, I think they're basically the same. And so think of it that way, maybe.
Yeah. Oh, well. Anyway. I don't know about people who are authenticity police in a game like this anyway. My only question to you is why? We're playing a game where you can make a 10-foot section of shack wall out of, 4 tin cans and a kid's wooden block, right? Just how authentic do you expect this game to be? Oh. Okay.
But I don't know. I mean, because, obviously we're Canadian too, right? But I've got a lot of American friends who own guns and things like that. And a lot of them end up even just preferring 9mm anyways, because if you're using a gun to defend yourself or something like that, you can hold more bullets with 9mm than you can with 45 or 10 millimeter.
Yeah, and you also want to shoot holes in the thing you're defending yourself from, not in every innocent bystander that might be in the flight path of the bullet that goes through the thing you shoot, right?
That's right, because you're also legally responsible for any bullets that you send downrange.
Yeah. That was a pretty heavily armored robot. I think that robot had about as heavy armor on it as you're ever going to get, right?
Yeah, that thing took several megs.
Wow, look at that. I just found another legendary Mossberg shotgun.
Lucky.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a VATS weapon.
Yeah, actually, I think the one I found previously is also more of a VATS-oriented weapon.
Well, you could always give your Mossberg the other...
VATS,
yeah, it
VATS,
is.
VATS enhanced. So I guess I can either go with Lucky or VATS enhanced. What's
Man,
going
things
on
are still
now?
blowing up around here.
Yeah, something blew up
Oh,
over
that's
there.
the car. It was shooting at you, and it was shooting the car behind you, too.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, what's going on now?
Something else blew up.
Oh, no, a Brotherhood of Steel
Guy just
guys
dropped
just dropped on the ground behind me. Well, I'm going to have to switch weapons now anyway, because I'm going to run out of bullets for this thing right away. So I guess maybe we'll go to our VATS-enhanced Mossberg shotgun for a while. Till we get more 45s. Wonder if we've been in here yet?
I don't know. Yep.
Yeah, we have. It's cleared. That's fine. We'll just keep on going here, because we need to go this way in order to get to the... That car gonna blow up if I shoot it, or what? Maybe
I
not.
have no idea.
Maybe not.
Maybe you should just throw, do you have any nuka grenades on you?
Ooh, that would be fun. Let's just throw a frag grenade in through that doorway first. Let's see if we have any, yeah. No,
only nuke mines.
Only mines, yeah. Damn it, must have thrown my, I do have plasma grenades, though.
Sure, what the hell, throw a couple of those in there.
Of course, I'm not really using this gun the way that it's designed to be used, but okay.
Playing games with me, huh?
Because this gun, in my opinion, is designed to be used as a VATS type weapon, whereas this gun
Thought you could hide?
is designed to be used as a manually aimed weapon.
And it also reloads quicker anyways. Even if you have to reload it more frequently.
Okay, she doesn't have anything interesting on her. There's usually a guy on the roof up here, too.
Scamper off and lick your wounds.
There you are.
I can't believe he didn't come and try to attack you right away.
Skeet shooting.
It worked out for you.
I think he probably would have died from the fall anyway. Unless he landed in the water down there, right?
I have no idea where he landed. No, I think he went over the fence.
Did he go over the... I hit a home run?
Yeah, he
Oh,
went
okay.
over the fence.
Cool. I hit a home run.
Good luck finding him now, though.
Yeah. See, I've already been here before, too, because I cleared out that... I grabbed that fusion core. But it looks like these guys have all respawned, right?
At least to some degree.
Yeah. That trap has respawned. See, if I was going to go with, you know, like a player that carried nothing but 10mm pistols, I would probably convert one to a 45 and keep one as a 10mm, right? Because those are two of the more common ammunition types in the game, and that way you wouldn't have to worry about running out of ammunition.
Yep.
Okay, I think I pretty much cleared this place out now, except maybe for that ammunition box there. Okay. Not terribly useful. By the way, remember when we modified the fire rate and the cone diameter for miniguns?
Yep.
Well, on a recent playthrough that I started with a brand new character, I was actually able to shoot that Deathclaw and Concord dead with the minigun before it could get close enough to me to hurt me.
Nice.
Because the spread was tight enough that even at a range of about half a block or so, so long as I manually aimed, I could hit him with pretty well every bullet.
What is it?
Uh-oh. Okay.
Oh.
Oh, he just stunned me. That's a stun thing, right? There. He had,
You stun me, I stick you with my knife.
Stunning super sledge. That's what that was. I guess I'm going to have to sneak around in here a little bit because it looks like
Yeah, that could be kind of bad.
it looks like there's super mutants in here. Or maybe just one super mutant. Maybe he is the only one alive in here or something. There's some 45s. But with another character that I have, a character named Sam Perry, I actually have a
On your right.
Gonna be a good fight! Wounded!
They sure are hard to knock down, aren't they?
yeah. It looks like they actually succeeded in killing the Deathclaw here. But anyway, like I was saying, that character, I actually found just a 10mm pistol with the Deadeye effect on it, right? Like the Deadeye Legendary.
Mm-hmm.
And that weapon, I've just kept it as a semi-automatic. And of course I upgraded it to the highest level receiver possible, which is like a 45 semi-automatic receiver. But that weapon, because of the accuracy of it, is actually in the hands of an expert with the gunslinger perks, is really deadly. Because of course you do more damage if you get headshots too, right? And so at close range I use that and just shoot my enemies in the head. And it finishes them off pretty quickly. I think I've been in here before too, but we might as well go collect up the stuff. Because you never know, we might find stuff that's worth it. I think it's been long enough since I've been here that most of this stuff has since respawned. Somebody even put more loot in that dead feral ghoul there.
Yeah, well, you know, what better place to stash your belongings than on a corpse?
Yeah, on a dead ghoul corpse. Yeah.
Got it.
Come almost good for another level up here pretty soon, too. But anyway, that's why I'm using this shotgun, too, because it has the Deadeye effect on it, too, right?
Yep.
And this is probably the most overpowered legendary weapon I've ever made, because this legendary effect, which is a custom legendary effect I had to create, actually combines wounding, Deadeye, and the knockback effect that the 2076 baseball bat has.
Yep.
All together in one weapon. And it looks like I have done basically nothing with this settlement.
Well, the knockback is fun though on a gun, right? Like, as you know from Fallout New Vegas, where you can actually get a perk to do that for you.
Yes, exactly. Well, that's where I got the idea, actually. You know, I figured, what, in Fallout 4, all they give you is just this. See, I could use this, too, if I'm running low on... So this has got the most powerful 10mm receiver available. So maybe I'll hang on to that for a bit while I'm a little bit low on 45s. I actually could use the old Holy Sjogren inertia for a while, too.
Now that you're carrying it around.
Now that I'm carrying it around. Because why not? Be an armor workbench around here somewhere, too. I don't think I even moved the armor workbench in here. Into the workshop.
Apparently.
I've actually done very little with this settlement at all. Okay. So that'll do for that. Drop off some of this ammunition that we're not using. Go through that after I do some cooking. Okay, we'll drop that off. I don't even know why I pick up those kinds of things anymore. I just do.
Well, why not, right?
There, we'll carry the... Got a short-range see-through recon scope on it, hey? Okay, well, I at least put a water fountain in earlier.
Well, of course, you've got to manage your needs somehow.
Yeah. Speaking of managing needs, maybe it would be a good idea to build this settlement first before I try and build that other one, because the supplies for that other one more or less goes through this one, right? Okay, drop some of this extra aid stuff off now. Okay. We'll probably do for now. Let's see what our supply lines in this area look like. Okay. So we've got one supply line going from Red Rocket Express out to Red Rocket Glowing Sea. So I guess we could go to Red Rocket Glowing Sea, but it looks like we need to get this one established in order to fill in some more supply lines here and there anyway.
Yeah, it looks to be.
But maybe we'll go and we'll establish Red Rocket Glowing Sea and get a settlement beacon and all that kind of good stuff set up first. Just see how things go here. Oh look, there's a Yao Guai. I guess he knows I'm there. Anyway, I'm pretty good with just regular pistols. Like you might have noticed that I took out that stunted Yao Guai. I was describing to you earlier about Chef Perry and his difficulty shooting one of these things with 44 revolver.
That's right, you could barely put a dent in
And
it.
I could barely put a dent in it, but that's what 5 ranks of gunslinger perks will do. Because even with the best 10mm receiver on this gun, it doesn't do that much more. Well, it does about twice the damage base that the 44 revolver without any modifications does, right?
Yep. Which is probably more than enough to overcome any amount of damage resistance that a Yao Guai has.
Yeah, but that being said, a 44 revolver with the advanced receiver on it in the hands of this character would probably do about 3 times as much damage per shot as this gun does too, right?
Yep.
But anyway, that was a bit of a demonstration on how the 10mm pistol does against fairly tough enemies, right? It's actually remarkably effective, even at later games. It's, in my opinion, one of the better balanced weapons in the game. Okay, which general direction, which way do we want to go here? Looks like we want to bear our way toward the east a little bit more.
Just slightly up.
A little bit more this way. If I can get over this fallen tree here.
Nope, you need to merge with the fallen tree.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but that just reminded me of C. Jackson and C. Jackson.
How did that remind you of C. Jackson?
Because, man, you need to merge with the fallen tree, okay? Resistance is futile.
Yeah. Resistance is futile.
The C. Jackson Collective.
Yeah. Yeah, that was pretty funny. Here we are. Oh, in Madden 04, they don't really, they can't really tell the difference between coaches, so you can sometimes end up with the same named coach coaching 2 or 3 teams.
That we know of. He could have been coaching way more.
Could have been. Anyway, this nice radiation here will slowly heal our injuries. You'll notice that our health bar is getting up toward full again here right away, right?
Yep.
And there isn't very much to scrap in this place. The odd tire and stuff, but most of this stuff that's in this settlement isn't scrappable at all. Which is why, if you're going to develop the Red Rocket Glowing Sea, you pretty much have to have a supply line going to it, because you just can't...
There's not enough supply out here.
Yeah, there isn't enough stuff out here to scrap to be able to actually build anything meaningful, right? The odd barrel and that kind of thing here and there, the odd barrel or tire...
is really all it's good for.
is really all that there is, right? Debris, concrete and wood. A little more debris there. Oops, there's a hole in the world. Whoops.
Ah, well, you can fill it in with a concrete block later.
Yeah, right at the edge of the settlement, too, right? But this is also something that was probably added from the South of Sea mod, right? This building fragment.
Yep. And so that might be the cause of the scene.
That could be a little bit of unintentional overlap between those 2 mods, right?
Yep.
Yeah. And actually I can build almost right up to that large building over there. You can see the border of the settlement going all the way over here. But I'll probably cut it off
Way earlier than that.
right around here somewhere. Because this is way more space than what is necessary anyway, right?
Yep.
So yeah, maybe what we'll do is we'll repair the damage that we did here to the environment by fixing the hole in the world.
See, all environmental problems can be solved by filling the damn thing with concrete.
That's right. And I'm not really too sure how I want to go about building this.
See, there you go. Next time you get an oil spill, just fill it in with concrete.
That's right. But, well, you know what? People will freak out over the damnedest things. And even in the last job I had, we had an engineer on staff even, who was an environmental engineer.
Yep.
And she would go absolutely nuts if you had somebody changing the oil in a loader. And if there was like a spot of oil on the pavement in the parking lot underneath that loader that had enough oil to even fill like a little styrofoam coffee cup or something, she'd go nuts, right?
Wow, that's nuts.
But, you know, like it just seemed to me like there's no sense of proportion in that kind of thing. Because that small amount of oil probably would be completely absorbed into the environment and
Never seen or heard from again.
Yeah, never seen or heard from again. And I mean, obviously you don't want to be leaving oil leaking all over the ground everywhere, but, you know, if you can help it. But some of the reactions that I got, because this woman would actually give me shit, right? Because I was in charge of maintenance. And for some reason, every time somebody spilled a little bit of oil when they were, you know, like topping a machine off or something even, well, that was somehow my fault and I had to go and track somebody down and discipline them for it or something, right? You know, like it was
ridiculous.
Yeah. So, needless to say, I had some moments where I really didn't get along with this person very well at times, but, you know, her heart was in the right place, but still, it just seemed like a bit of an overreaction. Okay, well, I just ran out of wood, so I can't build anything more out of wood right now, which means that every settlement that I've already, unless my provisioner is still up and running, that means that the combined resources of every settlement that I have no longer has any wood.
Well, shit.
So I guess I should have checked that out before I came out here.
You could always start again with concrete, I guess.
Well, now what I was thinking about doing was building a series of outbuildings and then just have, you know, like the chain link fence thing going on around them or something. Oh, look, there's even something to shoot out here. Where are you going? Get back here.
Nope, it's running away.
Huh.
You'll never know what it was carrying now.
Oh, it'll come back, I'm sure. I know where you are. Oh, it just died. Something else just killed it.
Yeah, that's gonna make it hard to loot.
Well, unless I can find the something else that killed it. Feral ghouls?
Maybe. It's in line with this building.
Yeah.
Like with this wall.
Well, I have that piece of jewelry on, too, that makes corpses glow. So maybe it'll glow. It looks as though whatever this is, I'm going to have to sneak up on it, though. Oh, look. This looks like a grenade opportunity if I ever saw one.
Pulse grenade.
Plasma grenade.
Plasma grenade. It is extremely radioactive here.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty radioactive, because I'm very radiation resistant. Like, look how quickly the radiation sheds off, right?
Yep.
Okay, Bloatfly, where are you?
Like I said, it was in line with this building.
Yeah. I want your legendary item. Oh, there he is.
Told you it was in line with this building.
Okay, maybe I don't really want your legendary item. You just never know, though, right?
Yeah, it could have been another legendary Mossberg.
Yeah. But anyway, again, I'm just using a 10mm pistol, not even a legendary one, with the advanced 10mm receiver on it. So it's all vanilla pistol, right? The only non-vanilla fitting that this gun has actually is the scope, which is a 2.5 times magnification recon see-through scope. And here comes our provisioner. So I think that we've done pretty well all the scrapping that can be done in this location now. So you'll notice also I can go inside here, right?
Yep.
And what's inside here is almost like a mini settlement. It's kind of like a home plate style player home.
Yep.
Because home plate acts like a settlement, but it doesn't quite have all of the options available, right?
Yeah.
And the interior of this is kind of like that too. And I think that the guy who made the mod made it this way so that your character would actually have
A place to sleep?
a place to sleep, because you can't actually sleep in an area where you're taking radiation exposure, right?
Yep.
So you wouldn't be able to sleep at this settlement like the settlement outside if you didn't have this interior space, which is radiation free, right?
Gotta take the cigarettes.
Gotta take the cigarettes, yep. But anyway, there's a little bit of stuff to pick up and scrap here. Not a lot. And because this is not, I don't think that this settlement is actually connected to the outside world, although this workbench might be connected. Right? Like this workbench might be connected to the one outside. I'll have to check some of the contents. But that'll be an interesting exercise to do too, right? We'll check some of the contents outside and see if the numbers are the same. So I think there's a bit of stuff in here. There's enough here that you can furnish this place. And, maybe put in a small power generator for some lights and that kind of thing. Right?
Sweet.
Okay. Good. Some more ammunition for that 10mm pistol that I'm using just for the fun of it.
Well, that's the thing, though, too. When you get all your weapon skills developed, you can use pretty much anything against most enemies except for, like, the strongest ones and be really effective with it.
Yeah. Yeah. About the only weapons that I've found vanilla that are really, really useless at high levels are the pipe guns, right?
Yep.
Because if you're going to have, like, even the regular pipe guns, they just plain don't do enough damage, even if you have them, like
fully kitted out.
Fully kitted out. Because even the best possible pipe gun receiver is about 2 tiers lower than the ones that we added for our pipe gun overhaul. And they're not, those guns are just not competitive at all, right?
Yeah.
With anything. And even a legendary, like if you're lucky enough to find a wounding pipe gun, maybe, then maybe you could turn it into an automatic weapon and make it a weapon of some power, right? But for the most part, you just don't have enough firepower with one of those. And of course, the pipe gun revolver is a very weak weapon with a low rate of fire as well. So it's like pretty tough go with those. I would say that if you really wanted to, you could start off with your 10mm pistol at level 1, and if you continued to develop your skills with it and continue to upgrade it whenever you are able to the maximum capabilities, you could still be using that 10mm pistol against most enemies by level 50 or so, right?
Yep. It's something that you can have stick with you for the whole game if you wanted it to.
Yeah, pretty much. That and the again, the combat rifle too, right? Of course, I've already said before, I really like the combat rifle a lot. Hey, I wonder if this is power for in here. I'll bet it is. Let's see if I can if I have the materials to make a come on. No, I don't have enough ceramics to make a thing. Oh, I could put a switch in though. Maybe we'll put a switch in. Now, can I connect this to this? I can. Hey, look at that. That's power. I wonder how much power it gives me.
100.
100, okay. So I've got 100 power for in here. So I don't even have to build a generator or anything for inside this place. That's a dead fluorescent light. So that could be kind of interesting, actually. A person could have some fun building yourself a player home with a slightly out of level floor in here.
Indeed.
Yeah. So how are we doing for time here anyway?
We are approaching an hour 20. We're about an hour 17.
Okay, well, you know what? I think we've probably done enough for today. And I think off camera, I'm going to have to go back to another settlement or 2 or 3 and buy a few shipments of lumber.
Yeah, so you're desperately in need of wood.
Because I kind of forgot to bring any of that kind of stuff out here. So maybe that's what I will do.
All right.
So until next time.
I'm RecV5.
And I am Sandman 99.
Have a good one.